Good morning, one and all present here. In this lecture video, I'm just going to discuss with the subject professional ethics and human values under the topic consensus and controversy. So, let me start with the introduction. So, before going to this introduction of consensus and controversy, let me discuss about why an individual need to know about the ethical values which the country is following. Why a person or an individual, whether he is working in an organization or he is working under government sector or any corporate company, why there is a purpose to follow the ethical protocol or framework kind of thing individually. So why that decision has to be decision making scenario has to be followed. Let me discuss with the real time scenario here. So, if you want to know about the concepts of consensus and controversy, yes, here it is going like as they pertain to professional ethics. Exactly it will highlight the themes influencing the decision making, whether the decision which has taken is right or wrong. That has to be taken care by the individual, and to shape moral reasoning and to illustrate the complexities faced in the ethical dilemmas across the diverse professions. So let me move on to the next slide so that we can see the detailed concepts of consensus and controversy with a real-time example. So first of all, we need to understand the consensus. Let me discuss the definition and importance first, and then we move on to the real-time part. So according to this definition, consensus, which actually refers to the positive side of any decision which an individual is taking, which is a general agreement among a group of people. You have a scenario and all the people are accepting that scenario. Hopefully it is a positive side. Okay. So the next is role. What is the role actually in ethical decision making is consensus, where it helps in resolving ethical dilemmas by reflecting shared values. And what are the challenges with this consensus is it will have a diverse perspective. All individual will not accept the scenario, and conflicting interest can hinder consensus building. So what is the nature of controversy? So before going to this nature of controversy, let me explain you the scenario here. Assume that an reputed IT company has been collaborated with the government sector to initialize the AI surveillance system project, where they have decided to kept the surveillance across the country, where across the main parts in the country. So here what is the consensus and what is the controversy arises. All the stakeholders are very much happy to welcoming this kind of project. Whereas the controversy arises in the individuals. What is that controversy is? They are speaking exactly about the privacy of the individual. So everywhere if camera or surveillance is placed, privacy is the only concern for all the individual. But in the consensus part, the stakeholders are very much happy. The country will feel safe and secure. That is their mentality. Whereas the controversy side, individual people are not happy with that. They need freedom and they need privacy in their thing. So this is the scenario here. Who are all will be involved in this thing? Those things we will be discussed later. Data scientists will be there, government sector people will be there, all the companies, corporate companies people will be there. So these many people are involved, and what is the scenario, what is the controversy they are facing, and what is the consensus that's we are going to discuss here. And now we will move on to nature of controversy. The first thing is definition and context. What is controversy? Like the decision which they are not willing to take. So that is controversy. what is actually the impact on this professional ethics. They are not following the ethical protocol, so the government has to decide whether to initialize this project or not. And next is navigating controversial issues. And the next is case studies of consensus. Just now I discussed one of the case study. Healthcare ethics is one case study. Consensus among medical professionals which improves the patient care. So this, if you take the surveillance AI project, this will be very much suitable for this healthcare where the patient will be very much cared under surveillance even if the doctor or nurse is not present in the particular room. So for this purpose, this AI project might be very much useful. But in some other case, the individual privacy has been, the freedom of privacy is affected there. And the next is corporate governance. Consensus fosters accountability and transparency in companies. Inside corporate, yes, obviously we need a surveillance so that we can able to know what is happening inside the company. And the next is legal profession. Consensus which enhances the quality of legal advice and understanding. Okay. The next is case studies of controversy. So whistleblowing in organization, which is one of the scenario where you can maintain, there is a dilemma between the loyalty and more obligation. And in the previous lecture video, we discussed about the Infosys whistleblower scenario. And AI and ethics, deployment of AI raises issues of bias, privacy and accountability. And the next is conflicts of interest. Yes, there might be conflict arise. It depends on person to person. Personal interest often conflict with professional responsibilities. And what are all the strategies for building consensus? Facilitated dialogues, inclusive decision making, and continuous education needed for this consensus. And strategies for navigating controversy. Yes, if we have decided to take the decision as controversy, you have to be critical thinking, and the point which you are put forth that should be very much valid. And ethical framework, and the last one is open communication, where we can have a open discussion with other people. So conclusion and reflection, balancing and consensus and controversy. Yes, obviously, for any real-time scenario, there may be consensus arise and there may be controversies arise. So it has to be balanced. It depends on the individual. And the next is there should be continuous improvement. And at last, what is the call to action we have taken? So this is the general mind map for this particular topic, which will recall the points which you have gathered so far, which will show you as an image representation so that it can be easily recalled while writing in the exam. So that's all about this consensus and topic. In the forthcoming videos, we will be discussing about much more interesting topic under professional ethics and human values. Thank you.